Welcome back. New documents this week revealed that the IRS's headquarters may have been more involved in the Tea Party targeting scandal than previously stated. Joining us once again, Senator Johnny Isakson. And Senator, we have these documents this week. One key email string from July 2012 confirming that IRS Tea Party scrutiny was directed from Washington. You have the former director of the IRS Rulings and Agreements Division and current manager of exempt organizations guidance, that's Holly Paz, asking an IRS lawyer to let Cindy and Sharon know how we are handling Tea Party applications in the last few months. What's going on? What do you know now that you didn't know last week?
Well, we know the president was wrong when he said there wasn't a smidgen of evidence there was a problem at the IRS, and I think all of us have suspected for some time that this didn't just happen with two agents in Cincinnati. Lois Lerner didn't take the Fifth Amendment because she was innocent. She took it to protect herself. I'm glad the facts are coming out because the IRS has to be respected by the American people, and if they're targeting people, organizations for religious purposes or philosophical purposes, it needs to be stopped and there needs to be accountability.
Well, you also have the documents showing extensive pressure on the IRS by Senator Carl Levin to shut down conservative-leaning tax-exempt organizations. He's pressuring the IRS to shut down conservative-leaning tax-exempt organizations. The IRS's emails by Lois Lerner detailing her misleading explanations to investigators. What more do you need to do or to find out to really get to the bottom of this and prove that the IRS is targeting people who they don't agree with?
We have all the evidence that they've done it. We've just got to get the specific case. It may be that we have to get the House to grant immunity to Ms. Lerner, to have her come forward and tell what she knows. But for any member of Congress, any member, to use an agency of the government for a specific targeting purpose is wrong. As a vice chairman of the Ethics Committee, it's an ethical violation. You should never use a government agency to enforce any political philosophy or to individually attack any individual taxpayer.
Of course not, Senator, but we all know that. We're all just trying to figure out how it is you're going to get the information from Ms. Lerner, who's taking the Fifth and is not telling anyone any of the specifics, and we're getting it piece by piece in these emails.
I serve on the Finance Committee. We're into the latter stages of collecting all of the email data necessary to conduct our investigation into individuals at the IRS, and we have a bipartisan group doing that investigation. It's my hope it'll turn up the conclusive evidence as to where it started, who was responsible, and who needs to go.
You know, what's the argument against, not giving her immunity? I mean, why not just give her immunity so you can get her to admit it?
I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know, and I don't understand it, quite frankly, because I think she is the key to the puzzle.
So what's the timing on this? When are you expecting to get real information and to be able to explain what went on here?
The last time I inquired as to timing on the collection of all the data for us to evaluate at the committee is by the end of June, and it's my hope it'll be that soon so we can get to the bottom of it.
So what should people out there be thinking? I mean, they may get targeted if they have conservative views on something?
Let me tell you what the president needs to think about. If the IRS loses confidence with the American people, already he's got the American people having to report their health insurance to the IRS, and they also enforce the tax law. If the credibility of the IRS goes away, the credibility of this administration goes away. We need leadership from the top to get to the bottom of this issue.
Is it going away already, sir?
No, and it will not go away. As long as I'm there, I pay my taxes every April 15th. I want to make sure everybody's paying theirs, and I want to make sure nobody is being targeted for a religious or a political or a philosophical belief.
All right, Senator, we'll be watching the developments. Thanks very much for joining us, Senator Johnny Isakson.